Morning. Oh, well, actually, it's afternoon. Been out for birthday breakfast with our eldest daughter, our second child. Happy birthday, Nicola. Yeah, she's off to buy a few books and things, I think, today. Her treat for herself. So we had a nice small family gathering. And I've had to settle back at the desk. Very tight deadline now because yesterday I took myself off up to Thorpe Abbotts, where the Orphan secret library is set, on the airbase there, which was connected with, as I've said in the past, the bloody 100th American Air Force during World War II. As I say, think Masters of the Air, if you've watched Apple TV, the heroes there, and that helped us get through the war. It's a touching place. I literally have a connection. I don't know what it is. I just found myself wanting to write a story there. Obviously, I don't do facts or anything like that. I haven't connected anybody who was actually there. Everything's fiction for me. And my little world build is slightly different. The roads are slightly different, or things like that. But the airbase, I wanted it centered for my couple. Now, in doing that, I stood on the wrong way. I've stood on there a few times now, and every single time it goes deadly quiet. There is almost a slight haunting feel to it. I just feel this connection, as I've said before. So I'm absolutely thrilled that the book is now out there, ready for pre-order for next month, next month. But what was special for me yesterday is I actually had some author pre-copies, which I decided that I would like to give to the 100th Bomb Memorial Museum. They do such an amazing job, and they've inspired me. And Carol, the curator's wife there, she really did sort of inspire me to have my ground crew member instead of a pilot. She opened my eyes as to how much more and how many more people were involved. And that was 2 years ago. I've been back to the airbase since, but not really deeply connected. I don't like to get in the way and ask too many questions, and my answers were always around anyway. It's a fascinating place, absolutely fascinating. So anyway, I took myself there and gave Carol, very quietly, I was a bit shy, her present, which was a signed copy of the book, and showed her the dedication, and then gave her a few more copies, to which she promptly handed out to the other volunteers, and they all embraced me as if I was a famous author. I was overwhelmed by their kindness, the way they were touched that I had made an effort to write this book. And I kept reiterating the fact that it's not fact, it's not actually based on any, but it wasn't that. It was the fact that I had recognised them and what they do and what they are trying to do. And the veterans come over from America, their families. who've not sadly survived, their families come over to get closure and gain closure and to find out more about their fathers, their grandfathers' lives, because a lot of the men didn't speak about it when they went back to America. They'd seen too much. I mean, my own grandfather, he never spoke about his time in the Royal Navy during World War II. A lot of men didn't. So anyway, we had a chat. I chatted with a lovely man, Gordon. He told me his story as a young child in the Norfolk bombings, hiding under the stairs in the Anderson shelter accident. And Carol, her father, told Carol, Deborah, her father, if I remember rightly, he's set up the memorial. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I was just so overwhelmed by hearing so much and being so welcomed. Anyway, she was telling me an awful lot of things that she had learned from the age of 13 with the airmen going to stay with her parents when they came back to revisit, and of private and personal letters and things that she has recently discovered. She didn't tell me the contents, obviously, but she had the pleasure of telling me that she had got those, and her connection. It was just a wonderful several hours actually that we had together, and Carol and I had our photograph taken, so I will share that on my Facebook page at some point. But yeah, it touched me when I came away from there. I just felt, the book was in the right place. Excuse me. The book had found its home. Obviously I'd like it to find other homes as well, but yeah, I just felt content, and it felt right that the volunteers had got copies, and I quietly came away, and then I dropped off to the the Horseshoes pub, restaurant, and I went there on the route home, which is in Billingford, where Alice, sorry, I get my character names up because I'm working on obviously other characters at the moment now because this book is finished. But yeah, she where she ended up living in the book, and past the roads that she walked down, and it was just nice to go in to the to Dicklesborough and to Thorpe Abbotts, and just head out into Billingford and feel this again, feel the pleasure that I had. But anyway, I was gifted a video CD of past lives of children in that particular time in the area as well, which was a beautiful gift, and my husband and I will watch that together one day, and he's looking forward to going up to visit the place because he's never been. It'll be in March now because sadly yesterday was the last day for the winter closure period. So, but they also gave me a very treasured gift. This gift means so much, absolutely so much. And apparently it is given to veterans or the family members as a memorial gift, a memory gift for them to take away with them, a little piece of the airbase. And I have been given a little piece of the original runway where the planes, the men, everything landed on, walked. Sadly, well, we know what can happen. So, as you can imagine, there were tears. I can't help it, there were tears. I was overwhelmed by that gift. It means so much. It means so much because I had a feeling in there so bound. I can't even describe it. I've never had that connection as an author with a place. I never have. And to actually be given something so precious meant a lot to me. So yeah, so that was quite a day. I drove home. I'd had the most wonderful scone, however you want to pronounce it, at the Horseshoes. Was welcomed back there, which was lovely, and drove home in beautiful autumn sunshine, absolutely floating on cloud nine. I was so pleased. I put the effort in and was able to get there and give the gift of the books. But it was the friendship that I felt, and yeah, I really do feel a very deep connection with the place. If I lived locally to that, I would be there more often and possibly try and train as a volunteer, but I'm not able to give that time because I am busy writing, and that is what I would like to do, is carry on with my World War II orphan stories and highlight places that, like the airbase. I'd love to visit Mildenhall, which is where the refueling now goes on, and the American airbase is there. But that's alive, if you like, so that won't happen. You have to get very special permission and things like that to go there. But anyway, that's what I did yesterday. And yeah, I've had my brunch this morning and what have you, and I'm working with my other hat, is Amber Raven, on the very tight deadline now. I really am down to the wire, so this will stop in a minute and I will stop rabbiting. But anyway, as I say, happy birthday, Nicola. She's not quite the little tiny dot that I brought into the world, but she's still precious to us. So anyway, I'm away. I'm going to leave you to it. Have a good Monday, and very soon I suspect that the names in the hat will be forwarded on to me, and someone else will be the recipient of, and I bet this is back to front today. Normally on my main computer I have it round the right way, but I haven't mirrored anything today, so use your imagination. The Orphan Secret Library. Could be the right way around, but to me it looks backwards. Anyway, on that note, take care of yourselves. Bye.